Where are the millionaires escaping to? One of the most insane things I realised when I started to travel more was how many people there are who were expats. When I was young, I heard the term expats, and it was always something I saw in relation to retired 60 to 65-year-olds who'd live in Benidorm or Ibiza, etc. etc. Expat was a word that seemed neutral, not an exciting term, just people who relocate from their home country to somewhere else. Simple as that. When I started travelling though, meeting so many people from different backgrounds and success levels, I realised something that really blew my mind. It also opened me up to a new perspective, something that could really allow me to separate from the conditioning that I was given in my life. I realised that many countries no longer have their best people still in them, and spending time talking to people, nomads, digital nomads, people who are building $1 million businesses, and the craziest part, there are so many people who are in this category. So many people, endless people in fact, who are rich and successful, and then when you go to your own country, you see just how locked into the matrix everybody who remains is. How much of a lack of wealth, of new age enlightenment there is. How not only red pill culture is lost, but how even the thought of using common sense in most cases is somehow also controversial. Getting to the point, would it be crazy to suggest that more people have left than are still there, in terms of good people, in terms of people who are successful, hardworking, etc, etc? Where are the millionaires escaping to in such a case? I say escaping because people are literally running away from countries like the UK, France, Germany, Holland, the USA, etc. Escaping for different lifestyles in countries where you don't need to pay taxes, like in Dubai or Saudi Arabia or Oman. Because as we've discussed in many of these videos on my channel, I think that taxation is theft, personally. And also another thing we've discussed is that many countries try extremely hard to punish success too. If you become a millionaire and work hard to get there, why would you want someone to take it from you? These ultra successful people are running away from regulations, from taxes, from toxic cultures, which are different in every country. We'll discuss that in a minute. But in general, these people are coming from various countries and are moving to specific countries that incentivize people to come to them and establish residency. Like, for example, the UAE, with the ability to set up a free zone company and pay 0% tax with a company like GenZone, who help you to set up a company. You can check out information in the description on that. Other options include Saudi Arabia, Oman, Bali in Indonesia, Thailand, and various other countries too. Countries who have set up options, whether it's visas, whether it's company generation. There's all sorts of ways in which you can have flexible tax status and flexible living conditions with local banks and all of the things set up in these countries. Even in Bangkok, the amount of wealthy Westerners was incredible when I went and saw them. The culture. In the West, you have debilitating issues like a lack of response to crime, left-wing extremism, and the wokeness mind virus killing people. On the other hand, governments restricting people's ability to do business, to live in peace, or to find justice in other nations that are not so lucky. I'm not saying that only Westerners are leaving the West, but also everyone is leaving everywhere. Over 10,000 millionaires have left the UK in the last few years. What an insane number, am I right? What's more insane, there are even more people who come to Dubai and then become millionaires. That's where the more telling part of this story leads. I'm not even sure what % of those I see in Dubai as rich Westerners came with their wealth or made it while here.